and welcome back to PMDD with C. So I was recently reading the comment section on YouTube, and some of the comments really resonated with me so much that I thought that I would copy and paste them and read them out to you. I feel the comments have encapsulated my experience with PMDD, and I'm wondering if they resonate with you too. So I've just copied and pasted the comments and left the person who wrote the comment as anonymous. So let's just start reading them, shall we? Comment number 1. The craziest part is I feel a complete switch of feeling normal again as soon as I bleed or am done my period. It's literally like a clarity feeling, which leads to another problem where I feel guilt, regret of my previous actions during my premenstrual days, like saying things that push my loved ones away. I've indeed lost some friends the day before my period. So that resonated with me so much. And do let me know in the comment section if that's something that resonates with you too. And I think we can all relate to the whole metaphor of the switch being flicked. So this person said, the craziest part is I feel a complete switch of feeling normal again as soon as I bleed. It's literally like a clarity feeling. I remember when I was walking home from work one day, and this was a few years ago, and I just felt dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. And I remember exactly where I was when this happened, but I was crossing a crossing onto like this roundabout pedestrianised area close to where I lived, and suddenly everything just lifted. I felt a sudden change and I just felt, quotation, normal again, and everything just seemed fine, and it was just insane. And I just stood there like, whoa. And I totally understand what this clarity feeling this person is describing. It's insane, isn't it, how it can make you feel like that and then suddenly it just switches. So totally feel that comment. Let's go to comment number 2. I've never felt such profound and all-encompassing emotional pain that I have with PMDD. It's gotten better at the past couple of years, but when I first realised I had it, it would literally make me cry for hours over things that normally wouldn't bother me. It made me feel completely hopeless about my life for 7 to 10 days out of the month. If you're going through this too, my heart goes out to you. It finally started to get better when I started sleeping more, taking medication and certain supplements and therapy. So what really resonated with me here was the first sentence. I've never felt such profound and all-encompassing emotional pain than I have with PMDD. And until you experience it yourself, I don't think anyone can really understand. It is a physical pain, isn't it? Sometimes for me it's like a pain in my chest, not like in my lungs, but you know, where it sits on top of your chest. It's so hard to articulate, but there's nothing, I mean obviously there's so many things that are on par with emotional pain, but you know, you can't get away from emotional pain really, can you, when it's happening, unless you know, maybe take some CBD oil or whatnot. But yeah, I totally resonate with that sentence, and I'm glad this person found a way to kind of cope with it. So this person is taking medication, doing therapy, and sleeping more. Again, it's very important for me to actually eat and exercise and sleep and just have that balance right, because I really do think for me exercise and eating very well really helps. So let's go to comment number 3. It took me a long time to associate these moods with my period. I get so deep down depressed and even have severe suicidal ideation. Now I know to check where I am in my cycle and give myself a break and rest. Okay, so I think a lot of us can relate to the fact that we didn't even realise PMDD was a thing until suddenly one day we were like, something is not right here. So that really resonated with me. So the first sentence, it took me a long time to associate these moods with my period. So when I started having it, I just thought it was me, and in a way it is you, it is a part of you. But after a few episodes of having it, I really just thought something isn't right. Like, you trust your intuition. You're just like, this can't be quotation mark normal. And so when that clicked in my head, I started researching, like, why do my periods drive me crazy, or am I crazy, and stuff like that. And I'm sure we've all felt that we are going crazy at some stage during our cycle because of this, and that word comes up a lot as well. And it's not meaning to cause offence or anything, but it does. You feel like you're going crazy, don't you, sometimes? And I did a bit of Googling and then came across PMDD, and I remember where I was sitting in a famous London train station waiting for my train, and then suddenly had a penny drop moment when I read up on what PMDD is and looked at all the symptoms, and I was just sitting there like, that's me, that is me, that is what's happening here. And that was a penny drop moment. So completely understand this person's comments in the sense it took me a long time to associate these moods with my period, and that is why it's important to talk about your PMDD with people. And I really do hope that our teenagers are being educated, and I hope schools are putting this on the curriculum. I don't know. Let me know if you know that's a thing. If not, then perhaps we can try and lobby for it to be in the women's health curriculum or whatnot. It's been a very long time since I've been at school, so yeah, educate me if that happens already. But I mean, we are all educating ourselves about this, really, so I doubt our younger women in society are being educated about this at school. Okay, next one. I've brought this up to multiple OBs and still haven't been taken seriously. I don't really know what to do. Okay, so this resonated with me because when I had that penny drop moment, obviously I made a doctor's appointment, and I think I made 3 separate doctor's appointments about my PMDD, different doctors. The first doctor, I can't remember what happened there, but I don't think I was happy. The second one, it was a male doctor, and he knew a little bit about it. His solution, which is a fix for some people, was prescribing me antidepressants for certain stages in the cycle. So I think he said take it 2 weeks before your cycle starts. And for me, I didn't want to touch the antidepressants because I've had a bad experience with them before. They didn't do me very well, so I was very, very skeptical about taking them, so I didn't try. And for me, I just kind of gave up and thought, okay, I can try and find a way to manage this through diet and exercise. But it continued, so I went back to the doctors, and this time I'd moved houses, so I had a new doctor, female doctor, and she just wanted to rule everything out. So she said, okay, because I wanted to be referred to someone who was specialised in this stuff, but she said, before I do that, I'm going to assign you up to group CBT therapy, so she can rule out that it's just not, generic depression. And I was so sure that it wasn't generic depression. And you know how you feel on a day-to-day basis. Like, I had energy, I was doing things with my friends, I was, working, I felt okay. And then, before my period, the symptoms would come, and then I wouldn't, and then they would go. But she wanted to just rule it out. So I went to group CBT, and it was good to kind of just, see what they advised and stuff, but it didn't do anything for me. And to be honest, I didn't go back to the doctors. I just feel like you have to jump through a lot of hoops to actually persuade them that you're going through this, and then that disheartens you because you question yourself and you say, oh, maybe I don't have this, maybe I'm just depressed. But for me, I just don't think that is true. And so this comment, I brought this up to multiple OBs and still haven't been taken seriously. I don't really know what to do. I think that will resonate with a lot of people as well, jumping through hoops, trying to persuade people. And yeah, it's very disheartening, and it just makes you feel like it's a lost cause, and you have to just go about trying to find a solution yourself. So this is the last one. I recently just found out about the PMDD symptoms. I always struggled with it, and usually doctors would tell me to calm down, or I hope they didn't tell this person to calm down. I try really hard to, and sometimes it works, but weird enough, I'll end up fainting without even noticing. I got so depressed to the point where I thought about, I'm going to say ending it. I told doctors about this, and they diagnosed this person with bipolar disorder. I kept telling them I don't have bipolar disorder because that doesn't sound like me. I know when to control myself, but it's like when it's my time of the month, I turn into a complete different person. I hated that and will always think, is this the real me? Which ends up giving me panic attacks or anxiety attacks. It hurts so much when I'm having it. It's like I'm frozen solid, that bending my fingers hurt more than not being able to breathe. I thought I was bipolar. So yeah, this kind of correlates to the comment above about, you know, doctors not taking you seriously. And a lot of comments I've read over the YouTube videos about PMDD on forums, on Facebook. A lot of people get told that they're bipolar, and that's very worrying when they're not. And it's just so scary, isn't it? And deep down they probably know they're not, but then you do trust the doctors to kind of diagnose you, don't you? But you just have to keep fighting for what you think is happening until you see someone that really understands you, I think. So yeah, anyway, I just thought those were very all-encompassing for my experience. Obviously your experience is going to be slightly different. And remember, there are places that you can go for advice. I've signed up to an amazing UK PMDD support group on Facebook. So wherever you are, try and join something like that if you are going through this, because there is a wealth of experience and advice that caters for everyone on those groups. And as always, I always recommend you going to consult a doctor as well. I mean, yeah, sometimes they do get it wrong, but you know, most of the time they're brilliant. So always consult with your doctor if you feel like you're going through this. And yeah, I hope that you are okay right now. And if you're going through your PMDD waviness, I hope that you can find something that will soothe you during this time. I'm very excited to make more videos. This is a very lo-fi one, because I've been inspired to try and spread the word and advocate for you and for the cause. There are some amazing podcasts on Spotify as well, amazing books, so we've got lots to talk about. If you've got anything that you want me to cover in these videos, then do post in the comments section. And just a disclaimer, I'm not like medically trained, you know, I'm not giving advice here. I'm just signposting you to various resources, and I'm just creating these videos to spread the word basically, and hopefully help some people out. And that's all we can do. So yeah, very excited to make the next one, and I will see you there. Thank you.